Hello everybody, today we are talking about the new Premier League home kit. Now, this is such an exciting time for me, seeing as I love the new season when I can rank the kits, and I just love kits overall. And we're going to be going to A to Z in the team order, and this should be pretty fun. I'm excited. So first up we have Arsenal, and I'm sorry, but if even one person dislikes this kit, they must be crazy. And you know why? Because every single Arsenal Adidas kit they've released since the partnership, it's been nothing less than perfect. I really do like the blue stripes they've added, and I think the whole texture of it is really good. Also, I like the design, how they have the white stripes and then it's just a white bit going down here, and then of course the Arsenal colours, red, white, blue. What more could you ask for? So the Arsenal one is actually a strong 9 out of 10. Next up we have Aston Villa, and you know what? When I first looked at it, I didn't really like it. It looks a lot similar to last season's kit, except it's a bit more detailed with the sort of dark stripes in the home kit. But the more I look at it, and when I'm looking at it now, more in detail, it actually looks quite good. I like the bit around the neck where it shows a V, and I do like the stripes in the middle. As I was saying, they make it detailed, but in the same time, it's sort of simple, and that's what I like. So this Aston Villa one is way more than decent, but I wouldn't put it in an 8 or a 9, or maybe even a 7.5. So I'm just gonna give it a decent 7, to be honest. Next up we have Brentford, and Pinnock is wearing it, and it looks disgusting. I hate that sponsor. I've never seen it on a football kit, and I never want to see it again. Also, that side sponsor, I didn't see it on last season's kit as well, so the sponsors really do wreck it. Also, I'm not a big fan of just the normal red and white stripes. It's sort of like Brentford doing their own spin on a Newcastle kit, but it's going terribly wrong. They should have added something unique to this home kit, and that's why I'm going to give it a low 4.5 out of 10. Now we have the Brighton kit, and you know what? You can never go wrong with the Brighton kit. Every single year they release a new one which looks nearly exactly the same, but it's still beautiful. I've always been a massive fan of clubs wearing blue and white stripes, and they've done that, of course, but added onto it with a beautiful yellow Nike sponsor. Also, the side sponsor is yellow, so I don't think it would have looked good in the kit if the Nike sponsor was in yellow, so you know what, it makes the sponsor look good as well. It doesn't look like they have the neck collar this time, but you know what, it's still such a fire kit. That's going into the 8.5 out of 10. Now we have Burnley, and again, what I said for Brighton, every year it looks exactly the same, but it's always been a mediocre kit. Now this one's a bit more different. On the sides, as you can see, they have a sort of sky blue colour, they have some white, and they have some, it's quite detailed actually. You know, they have the lines, the stripes, you know, different colours, white and light blue as I said, and I don't think it looks too bad. But the problem I have here is that I don't think it belongs on a Burnley kit. I don't think it looks bad on the kit, because of course the Burnley logo is blue and claret, but I just think it's too light. But it's not too bad of a kit, so that's why I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now we have Chelsea's, and a lot of people did like it. You know, it's got mixed responses on social media, and when I saw it in the revealing, I thought, that's ugly. But when I watched Chelsea play in it in the FA Cup final and in their pre-season games this season, it's actually looked quite good on the players. Chelsea this season have went all out there, and they've sort of done the same thing you would do to a third kit and go with some crazy ideas. You see the checkered symbols, you see zigzags, you see stripes, and you see yellow and blue. It's just crazy. But again, I could admire them for doing that. Fair play to Chelsea for doing that. The sponsor looks good, the colours looks good, and although I'm not a big fan of the stripes, I would have liked it if maybe they just kept it checkered or just had the zigzags, only one of them. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Now onto the Crystal Palace shirt, and you know what? I really do like it. Of course, it's not like an Ajax kit, it's not one which I know I'm going to love, but it's different to what a normal Crystal Palace shirt would look like. They've kept, the stripes or the lines, whatever you want to call it, on the middle of the shirt, but they've added more detail to it. They've outlined it with a darker sort of version of the colour. And looking at Michael Olise in that kit, it doesn't look half bad. Now, I might get a bit of backlash for this, but I can't lie. It's an 8 out of 10. Now I'm looking at Everton's, and I've got one question. Why does it look like James Rodriguez is in a FIFA game? But I'm losing track. Onto the kit. So they've sort of kept it the same with the collar, but I think they've added yellow. I think that's new this season. And on the middle of the kit, they've added this weird sort of stripe look with a lighter shade of blue. I can't lie, I think it's mediocre. It's not one of those kits where it's like, I'm never gonna get that. That is just disgusting. But at the same time, it's not, I wouldn't spend my money on that. 6.5 out of 10. Now we're looking at the Leeds kit, and I actually really do like this. So for the last 2 years, obviously Leeds have released 2 really, really good home kits. They don't look like football shirts, they look like more leisure wear, but still, they look good on the players. I love the design of both of them, but now we're talking about this season's, and I think it's even better than last season's. Obviously, they've got a new side sponsor. It looks like it's called Box. And what better to have the colours of the sponsor as pretty much 2 out of the 3 main colours of Leeds. Dark blue and yellow. Also, I like white kits. They're very clean. And I really do like the yellow stripes on the side. That's a strong 7 out of 10. Now, I'm looking at the Leicester kit. And it's one of those kits where it's sort of like, I think it would grow on me the more I see it in season, but just looking at it now, it's horrendous. It looks like a Birmingham City kit, to be honest, something like that. Although the shirt sponsor on paper should really, really look good with the kit, I don't like it. Although it's the same colours as Leicester, white, I think it's too big, it's too out there. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I just don't like it on the shirt. I like the gold rings there, and I like the shirt sponsor. They've had that for a couple of years now, I think. And I like the collar, but I don't like the design on the shirt. It's weird, I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit like sort of smoke, or maybe trees, something like that, I don't know. But you know what, it's getting a 6.7 out of 10. Now on to Liverpool's, and in the shop, when I saw it get released, I really, really did like it. Although a lot of people really didn't really like it. But as I see it in game, it doesn't really look that good, to be honest. I like what Nike did with the Liverpool kit last season, obviously. They added the green, they made it look very clean. And I don't so much like the sort of lightning bolts, the miniature lightning bolts on the front of the shirt. But I tell you what, one thing I hate, it boils my blood, is around the neck and what's on here. It's horrible. What are they doing putting that colour on a football shirt? It could have even possibly been a 7 out of 10 if they removed that collar and the side of the shirt. But just because of that, it's a 5.5 out of 10. Now Manchester... sound like an American. What am I doing? Now Manchester City's kit, and you know what? I don't really mind it. I think I like what they did with the back of the shirt. They put like, what, 93 minutes, 20 seconds, something like that. Obviously, when they scored the famous Aguero goal to stop my club, Manchester United, winning the Premier League. I've not forgot about that. I like how they've made it sort of simple. Simple is definitely the word for it. I think they definitely could have added a collar to it because it looks a bit weird without it. And I don't like the white bit underneath the armpit. It just doesn't look very good. But for that reason there, I'm going to give it a strong 6.7 out of 10. Now Manchester United's kit, and honestly, it got so much backlash, but really, I don't see why. I don't even see why. This kit tributes the old Manchester United era, the George Best eras, the Sir Matt Busby era, and I really do like it. When it first came out, we didn't really see the detail in the front of the shirt that much, and that's why I think a lot of people hated it, but now that we've got that, it actually looks really, really good. I love a Manchester United shirt when they just have red and white. It is perfect for me, and although I don't like the TeamViewer sponsor, it's not that big of a deal, seeing as I love the collar sponsor on the side. I love the 2 stripes going down here, and I do love the collar as well. Also, I love the bit around the arm, which is white. It's just a masterpiece, and that's why this kit is getting a 9 out of 10. Now on to Newcastle, and they've sort of tried to change it up here with adding the light blue, and I hate the kit sponsor. I really hate it. But I've got to give them credit because they've added the fun 8-8, you know, sort of colours to the kit. Every single football fan who's seen a Newcastle kit hates that sponsor with a passion, because the Newcastle colours are black and white, and that's what we have every year. But they've added sort of more colours around the collar, and I think it sort of complements the Fun 88 sponsor a bit more. It's not too bad of a kit, and that's why I'm going to give it a 5.7 out of 10. And it's a really, really good 5.7 out of 10. Now on to Norwich's kit, and I'm sorry, but I hate Norwich. All they do is just go up and then come back down, go up and then come back down. I've had enough of them. Just get demoted to like League 1 and never come back. But onto the kit. I don't mind it, to be fair. They've got a JD sponsor on the side. I think I love JD. And I love their Lotus sponsor as well. Both black sponsors, very good looking. And I think this kit is probably one of their best in the last, 3-4 years. I like what Joma have done with the green. And then they've got the yellow stripes down here. It's actually not too bad of a kit, really, and I'm going to give it a 6.7 out of 10. Now on to Southampton's kit, and Ward-Prowse is looking fire in it. Honestly, this is probably one of the best kits here. Everyone loves a Southampton kit, and this is probably one of their best ones this decade. Southampton have had some shockers in the last decade with the Virgin Media sponsor, but the last 2 years have been really, really solid for them, and I think this kit has probably been one of their best. I absolutely love what Hummel has done to the collar, and I love the stripes. I love how it's just all red on the sides. And one thing I really, really like is I love the sponsor. Although it's a betting company, I mean, we can't lie, it looks great on the kit. And then I like the black outlines on the red stripes. And then it's so detailed. It's beautiful, honestly. It's a beautiful kit. This is an 8.1. Harry Kane rocking the Korean Spurs kit. We're onto the Spurs kit, and it looks like they've just made this kit for Son. I'm not a fan of it. There's nothing really to say about it. I like the sponsor, but it just looks a bit weird. Why have they got a dark blue Tottenham side sponsor and Nike sponsor, but then they've got a full only white shirt, but then they've got a red sponsor? It really doesn't make sense. 5.5 out of 10. Now onto the Watford kit, and I don't mind the goalkeeper one, but the home kit is terrible. Why have they made it look like a bee? Why have you got black rings around a yellow kit? It's been done and it's looked good before in a kit, but Watford just wreck it. Although I don't like the rings, it's not even the worst part about it. What is that sponsor? It is massive. It takes up half of the kit. I'm not a big fan of the sponsor. I'm not a big fan of the ring. 5 out of 10. Now on to West Ham's kit, and I actually really do like it. West Ham always come out with a great collar, and you know what? No one can dislike their kits. They've had some shockers in the past, but they're all pretty decent. Now, rewinding back to what I said about Burnley and the light blue sort of thing, this is how they should have done it. West Ham make it look good on claret. I love the collar, I love Umbro, I love Betway. Actually, I shouldn't really be saying that about a betting company, but it looks decent on the kit. And I love the sides, I like the light blue. Oh, lovely. 8 out of 10. Now on to our last kit of the video, and it's Wolves. They've got a new kit sponsor, and Castle. Never heard of them, to be honest. I've seen them on a couple Premier League kits, but I've never heard of them. This is probably better than the last season's kit, so I wouldn't be too worried about losing Adidas as a kit sponsor, Wolves fans. And it looks pretty clean. I like what they've done with the collar. That's probably the best bit of the kit for me. And it just looks clean. I love what they've done with the sides. Have a little bit of a black ring around here. I love what they've done under the armpits, and I don't like the man bet thing. It's just ugh. But the man bet thing doesn't actually look too bad. Maybe I'm underrating it a bit. The last kit of the video, which is Wolves, has to be a strong 7.7 out of 10. Alright guys, what do you think of the video? Thank you so much for watching. Remember, subscribe, because don't worry, there is literally going to be so much more content coming to this channel. And I'll try and make it daily even. And I love you all. Have a great day. Subscribe if you're new. And peace.